right. I am back with the news live stream after like months and months. I did do a live stream a couple months ago, but it was just like reacting to the PlayStation State of Play. And I don't know, today I just woke up and I'm like, I want to talk about some game news. So if you guys are tuning in during the live stream or if you're watching later, thanks for watching. I try and respond to all of your guys' comments as long as they're, nice and respectable and stuff like that. And yeah, I just felt like coming on and talking about some game news. There's been a lot happening in the industry, like literally the last few months. So I'm probably going to talk about some older stuff, but I also want to talk about some newer stuff and also some stuff that I have been playing recently. Because I've beaten a few games within the last few months and stuff like that. So instead of making a whole video about it, because the games that I did beat, they're kind of smaller, so sometimes I'm like, do I actually want to like make a full video about this? Do people care about like some of these smaller games? So maybe every once in a while I'll just come on live and talk about like some of the games that I have beaten over the last whatever games I play within the time period or whatever. But as always, when I go live, I have to ask you guys, what have you been playing? I'm so curious. Right now, I'm kind of in the middle of Persona 5, and that kind of leads me into one of the games that I have beaten the last few months, which is Persona 4, which I'm going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, if you guys want, definitely leave in the chat or in the comments if you're watching later what games you guys have been playing. There has been so many games that have come out in the last really like month, like because I put out a video earlier this week on Pragmata that came out today, and then there was Mouse PI for Hire came out last week. It's either next week or the week after that we're getting that Sorrows game. I'm not really too into that game, but hey, a lot of people are. So if that's your cup of tea, definitely let me know. Hey Solomon, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. Just been playing games and stuff like that. What games have you been playing? Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about this one game that I did beat, and if you guys did like played it at all, definitely let me know because I really want to hear some opinions about it. And the game is called Blueprints. Now, Blueprints was actually nominated for a Game of the Year award. They were nominated for a few different awards for the Game Awards and stuff like that. And it didn't really catch my attention because I'm like, oh, like, it must be okay. There's so many people talking about it and stuff like that. But I never really got into it. But as you guys know, I've talked about it a few times on my channel here. I bought the ROG Ally X, and they gave me like a few free months of Game Pass. So I kind of ran out of games to play, and I'm like, oh, everybody's been talking about this Blueprints or whatever. I'm like, why don't we give it a try? And I gave it a try, and it was actually pretty decent. It's definitely not for everyone here. I want to throw it up on the screen here, at least the trailer in the background, but it's definitely not for everyone. But I will say, if you like puzzle games and stuff like that, this is definitely one that you should check out, because it's like, you figure out like the answer to one puzzle, and then you just realize that, okay, now something else needs to be figured out. So it's almost like a roguelike game as well. And it's hard to explain, but once you play it, you'll get it. But, yeah, if you ever need to, like, get your mind off of stuff or whatever, this game is, like, the perfect game. And the graphics are actually pretty interesting as well. Like, if you could see on the screen here, it has it's almost like a drawn, like, graphic style. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was very interesting. And the story, well, it's like one of those like really deep stories, if that makes sense. Like you're not gonna just flat out get all of it, but the more you play the game and the more you uncover, the more story you get and stuff. And the story's okay, but I think just the game itself was quite interesting and unlike anything I've ever played before. So I do recommend it if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff. It was pretty interesting. So yeah, I beat that game. I did. If you guys don't know, like I rate games on my Instagram page. So I did leave a rating for this. I feel like I rated it like it was like a 7 or 8 or something. But it's pretty good for what it is. And then another game. Now I do think I'm late to the bandwagon on the Persona series. So I did beat Persona 4, and I'll throw that. I think this is like a shorter trailer though. But I'll throw kind of the trailer up in the background. But I did play Persona 4 Golden. Like I said, I know I'm late. But I don't know. I have been really enjoying turn-based games recently. So I had a lot of fun time playing this. It is a little older. But the story was really unique. It's like a murder mystery. And you kind of have to go to like this other world to like try and figure out what happened to these people that disappeared and died and stuff. So very, very interesting. I recommend the Persona series. Right now I'm playing Persona 5. It's funny because everybody was saying like, oh, you played the worst one to start off. But I didn't mind it. I think I gave this game like a 7 or 8 too. But again, it's turn-based. It's not for everyone. But I enjoyed it. So yeah, like I said, now I'm on to Persona 5, and I've been playing a couple other games in between. Like I'm still trying to finish what's it called, Split Fiction. I've been playing a lot of Repo. If any of you guys have played Repo, let me know, because that game it goes crazy when you're playing with like other people and stuff. And there's so many other, I'll pull it up too, because there's so many different like monsters and stuff that you encounter. I know it came out a little bit ago as well, but it is, one second. It is a really good game for like a, I guess you could say like quote unquote horror. And this one also has a very unique art style. I want to see what this sounds like. Holy. Because I've never watched this trailer.
Be careful, be careful.
Look at us, we're so professional. Okay guys, I have a plan. No!
It's just a silly game, like, but there are like jump scares and stuff in it.
No. Okay, let's buy some items.
I get you up here for survival. Yeah.
And there's not enough co-op games, you know?
No. Oh, it's eating. No.
So this is a really nice co-op game. Yeah, and each monster has like different powers and stuff like that. But yeah, I highly recommend. Sorry, I cut to my face. I highly recommend checking that out if you guys have not already. It's very, very interesting. But anyways, there is a few news things that I would like to cover. And like I said, some of this might be older, and it's just because I want to talk about it or whatever. But the first thing I want to cover, so if any of you guys have watched my live streams before, ever just like heard me talking about games, I am pretty adamant on the PlayStation being like my favorite console. I've been a PlayStation girl like my whole life. It wasn't until recently, well, kind of recently. I mean, I used to play Xbox and stuff when I was younger and other stuff, but recently I started to get into PC and a little bit of Xbox since I did get my Xbox ROG Ally. I have been playing PlayStation a little bit less, but it is very disheartening that the PlayStation has raised their prices. So let me see if I can zoom this in. I mean, you guys can kind of see it. They raised their price by like $100 for each console, and it's really sad to see considering it's like a 5-year-old console. And it's like, PlayStation, what are you doing? And then I don't know if you guys have also seen this, but they are also starting to not put their games on PC anymore. I guess they're starting to roll that back. So they are really going against their fans here, and especially, like I said, being somebody who is like an avid PlayStation lover and stuff like that, is really discouraging to see them kind of start to get a little more money hungry, I guess you could say. Yeah. And then they were talking about too, like some more details on the PlayStation 6, which I don't know. I keep hearing stuff too that they're not gonna come out with the PlayStation 6 like anytime soon for multiple reasons. Like, a lot of the tech stuff has gotten like more expensive. So people are like, we don't need a new console anyway. Like, we could just wait. Because it still seems like we barely have gotten anything on the PS5 that feels fresh. And they just started, or I should say they just stopped making games for the PS4, which is insane considering, like I said, the PlayStation 5 has been out for like 5 years at this point and just now stopping making stuff for the PS4. Consoles are going up in price, games go up in price, gaming is getting expensive. It's funny because I was just talking about that. Like, gaming is becoming a luxury hobby because of how expensive it all is. Like, each game being like $70 and stuff like that. It's just crazy. That's why before Game Pass went up, I really did like recommend it to a lot of people. It was actually a pretty good deal, but then it went up by like 50% or something. And I'm like, I can't justify that. But if any of you are watching, if any of you guys do still play Game Pass, let me know. I mean, I do still think it's pretty like okay for what it is. They just priced it too high. And I like what they were doing with like the Xbox like Play Anywhere type thing. So I don't know, it just seems like these companies are kind of biting themselves in the foot when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So it's kind of discouraging to see. But back to the PlayStation 6. Now, this story should be a given. They're basically just saying, PlayStation 6 will have backwards compatibility with the PS4 and the PS5 games. But I feel like we should be getting that anyways nowadays. But I don't know, what else are they saying here? Sony is working on the PlayStation 6 as we speak, and there have been various rumors over the last few months and years, but one of the biggest claims has been posed, suggesting the PS6 will include total backward compatibility for PS4 and PS5 games. Many of you know the PlayStation 3 pain when the console wouldn't play most PS2 discs. Yeah. Well, and nowadays too, like everything's digitalized. I mean, I think I'm one of the few people who actually still enjoy physical media. I know a lot of people hate that, but I actually still buy like physical discs when I can, unless it's like a really good deal on the digital edition. But yeah, I think it's less of an issue now just because everything is digitalized, but similar things have happened in subsequent generations. But a new rumor suggests Sony might be trying to make the PS6 an all-encompassing PlayStation powerhouse. According to an April 14th episode, the Broken Silicone podcast through Moore's Law is Dead, it's been claimed that the PS6 will have backward compatibility. Yeah, so the PS6 handheld is a PS6, and what I want to leak today, because the document is years old and it directly shows Canis PS6 code name backwards compatibility support. Another part of this doc is literally it literally says backward compat. Yeah, PS4, yeah, it just says right here. I want to leak this today. The PS6, yes, has backwards compatibility to 4 and 5. And they explicitly say it all over the place. Yeah, they're just like repeating themselves. It's almost like he's putting out like a PSA or something because like nobody believes him or something. But I mean, like I said, I feel like it should be kind of just like to be expected nowadays, because like look where we're at. We have so much like tech stuff going on, and like I don't know, like that should be something that's just automatically there at this point. But anyways, continuing on with some more PlayStation stuff. We're kind of going right through this. But the PlayStation Plus game catalog titles have been confirmed. Let me see if I could get this up here. So, here's all the games. Honestly, none of these are really my cup of tea. Like, I've always said I never really cared for like racing games and stuff like that, but a lot of people do. So, you know, they have the Crew Motorfest. Also, Horizon is another fairly big title that's on here. But again, not really my like huge cup of tea with that. I tried Horizon. I didn't really love it, but a lot of people do. I think it's a unique concept. But it just, again, not my cup of tea. Yeah, Squirrel with the Gun. I feel like this Squirrel with the Gun game has been around a while, because I feel like I've seen that like a long time ago. It's just like one of those silly games. It reminds me of like Goat Simulator or something. But those kind of games serve their own purpose as well, so nobody's mad at it. But yeah, on to the next piece of news. So, as we're talking about gaming, like, getting more expensive, this is also kind of a little bit of an older story, I guess you could say. But Xbox has been having so many different, like, things with their Game Pass going on. So, at first, you know, they raised the price, and then they went through new ownership and stuff like that. So now they're in talks of like trying to make it cheaper, apparently, or maybe not even trying to make it cheaper, but just like having like cheaper tiers, I guess you could say. So one of the new news articles is new Game Pass tier exclusive to first party games under consideration at Xbox. So they're considering making like a newer one, like a higher class one, which I'm wondering if it's going to be more expensive, because the highest price one right now is like $30, which is kind of crazy, huh? But I'm hoping that they also have a cheaper one. But then it's like, well, what kind of games would they have on the cheaper one? Probably games that like nobody wants to play. And get this, they also said, and then I'm just kind of going on a rant, but they also said that they were possibly considering like putting ads on Game Pass, like when you're on like a load screen or something, or like them playing ads. And I feel like if they do that, it would have to be like so strategically placed, because imagine you're like Halo was just on there or something. Like imagine you die in Halo or something, and then like an ad just pops up, like an unskippable ad. That would actually be insane, and that'd probably get on my nerves. So if they do the ads, I just hope that they put them like in a place that's not terrible and not too like obnoxious, because just the thought of having ads on games like is so annoying, considering, well, how expensive they are. But then again, like if it's on Game Pass and you don't have to pay too much, I don't know. But if you guys, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, would you like pay cheaper Game Pass if you had to watch ads? Like, I feel like that's such a crazy concept. But you know, nowadays nothing surprises me. But back to the Xbox story. So earlier this week, we heard via a leaked report, Asha Sharma believes Xbox Game Pass is too expensive and needs a better value equation. And apparently there are various options under consideration for dealing that. As reported by The Verge today, one of the potential options under consideration at Xbox is to create a new tier of Game Pass that's exclusive to first-party games from Xbox's own studio. Here's what she said about this. So I understand one potential option under consideration is Game Pass subscription tier that only includes games from Microsoft's own Xbox studios. This would fall under the more flexible system that Sharma hints. Bundles could also help here. reported in February that Microsoft is looking for a way to bundle third-party services with Game Pass subscriptions. The outlet goes on to say that not adding future Call of Duty titles to Game Pass, as has been rumored already, is something that's also being considered right now. It said that there's been an intense debate about this internally over Xbox over the past few years, so it seems the decision may rustle out feathers either way. In terms of potential first-party only tiers for Xbox Game Pass, though, would you be interested? If Xbox allowed you to get Forza, Horizon 6 Fable, Gears of War E-Day, and Halo Campaign Evolved this year at a relatively low price, but with access to zero third-party games, would you go for it? I mean, I guess I get it, like, not having, like, the big games on Game Pass if you're paying less, but, I don't know, I still feel like the price would have to be right, you know? Metro Gaming, hello, welcome. Yeah, so, you know, another thing I heard too with them trying to, like, I guess, add stuff to Xbox, and I don't even know why they're adding stuff. They really just need to, like, focus on what they already have. I feel like Xbox Game Pass, like, isn't bad, but they just need to focus. But I heard that they are trying to, like, also make a Netflix bundle with it, which is crazy. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they're just trying to, like, do too much. And I think that's just an Xbox problem. Like, I feel like they need to learn how to pick a path. If you guys have any thoughts on that, let me know. But it just seems like they're, like, always all over the place. And they just need to figure it out. It's too much going on. And I feel like they could be good if they just locked in. Like, just lock in. That's all we need. Anyway. So the next story I have is about GTA 6. So I don't know if you guys keep up with the news at all. I guess, like, GTA 6 got hacked, right? So, and this isn't the first time that GTA 6 has gotten hacked. It has gotten hacked over many different things, but I'll read this article and I'll go into it a little more after I'm done with that. But basically, so GTA 6 hackers say stolen data will be published as their demands has not been met. It's like, at this point, like, I feel like they're probably lying. They probably don't even have anything. But hackers have said that they will publish data obtained from GTA 6 developer Rockstar Games online because their demands have not been met. The news comes from the BBC, which said it has spoken with the hacker group Shiny Hunters, which compromised Rockstar Games last week. According to news outlets, Shiny Hunters is a prolific group of English-speaking cyber criminals believed to be teenagers. The hackers told the BBC they had confirmed the stolen data would soon be posted online, as their demands have not been met. Rockstar Games confirms that it had been breached, but downplayed the significance of the breach on the GTA 6 development and on players. In a statement sent to Insider Gaming, a Rockstar Games spokesperson said, "We can confirm that a limited amount of non-material company information was assessed in connection with the third-party data breach. This incident has no impact on our organization or our players. As of writing this, no breach data from the Rockstar Games hack has appeared online, but if it does, we will update our readers." The hack marks it's the second time that Rockstar Games has been breached during the GTA 6's development, with the first major hack coming in 2022, when over 90 in-game development videos of GTA 6 online. I remember that, and it was like a lot of like videos going around and stuff like that during that time. The hack reportedly had massive negative impact on the game's development, resulting in game delays. And that's the thing, is like, when they sit there and like hack stuff, it's not making anything better for the players. Like, if anything, it's just gonna make them like change it, which is annoying. At the time of writing, Grand Theft Auto 6 is due to release on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X on November 19th, 2026. There's currently no release date window for the game on PC. Do you think GTA 6 will have a massive impact on the game's development? I don't know. I mean, I guess, I think it depends on how late in the development process it is, which, I mean, you would think it's pretty late, right? So, I don't know. I feel like it's so, like, not useful that these people are hacking this game and stuff like that. Like, just let the game come out. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but when the first trailer came out, they actually had leaked the first trailer. I think it was supposed to come out, like, a little bit after it did, but once it got leaked, Rockstar was just like, okay, well, if you're gonna watch it, just watch it on our page, and they just released it. So I don't know if these hackers are, like, trying to get that same energy out of them, but the point of the matter is, like, if the game's not ready, the game's not ready. So I don't know why people are, like, trying to force it to come out, because what if it came out and then it's broken, and it's all because, people are, like, rushing it and stuff, so it's kind of sad that people are doing that and stuff like that. But with all the hype with this game and stuff, I feel like it's kind of sad, and I'm kind of just ready for it to come out so it could be over with at this point. This game has gotten so much hype, and I don't know, I feel like it just needs to come out already. Everybody's going crazy over it and stuff. Alright. On to some more PlayStation stuff. For anybody who is a Spider-Man fan, one of the actors, or I should say the actor or face model for Peter Parker in the game, he came out and, like, pretty much hinted that they are working on another Spider-Man game. So here's the story on that. So there's basically, I don't need to read on any of that, but basically, so this is, like, the face model for Peter Parker, and he posted himself in, like, a mocap suit, and I don't know if they have what he said on here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I think he just posted, like, if you know, or something with the Spider-Man emoji. So people are kind of, like, taking that and running with it. So it's kind of funny, I guess. I mean, this could be anything, right? Because it could be, like, another, like, side story, kind of how, like, Miles Morales was. Or it could just be, like, a DLC, because I forget when Spider-Man 2 came out. Like, let me look it up. Because it wasn't, like, that long ago. Okay, so 2023, that's when Spider-Man 2 came out. So, I mean, it could very well be a new game. It could also be a DLC, because I can't see them, like, working on anything new, especially because they're also working on Marvel's Wolverine, which I'm super excited about. I'm probably going to talk about that a little bit later in the stream. But yeah, people are, like, taking this news and, like, running with it, and they're super excited if we are getting something else from Spider-Man, and it's a really fun game, so I don't blame them. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Nobody's confirmed anything. I think also too, like, after he posted this, like, he just took it right back down. So he probably got in trouble, and then that could also mean, like, maybe there is something in the works and they don't want people to know about it. I'm surprised he's, like, not getting sued or something for that. But alright, another thing. So again, if you have been, like, watching my channel for a while and you have heard me speak about games, one thing I'm not shy about is, like, saying that my favorite game is Red Dead Redemption 2. I honestly think they have one of the best stories. I think probably the best story in, like, the history of gaming. I feel like that game is just so good on so many different levels. But they, if you guys don't know, they came out with, I guess you could say like Red Dead Redemption, like remastered or remade for the PS5. And I don't know when that came out. I think it was sometime like last year or the year after that or something. But they are now coming out with a physical edition for the PS5. And I'm really curious how. Oh, wait, no, here, they have it. Approximately just under $40. Oh, well. 'Cause my debate was going to be, do you guys think that it should cost that much money for a game that came out years and years and years ago? Now, Red Dead Redemption 1 is a very good game. Like, I don't know if it's as good as the second one, but I do think it has a very good story along with, the second one or whatever. I do think you should play both of them, but it has a really good story. But I'm curious, like, do you guys think it should come at a bigger discount than like $40? Because $40, I mean, that's not bad. I guess it could be $70, but I don't know. I guess it's not too bad, but it's coming in a physical edition. So for any of you guys who are interested in that, there you go. So yeah, I don't know. And I also think that like Red Dead Redemption, the first one, it had my favorite quote in it, because if you guys have ever seen like the Dutch's final speech or whatever, I love that speech. I could play it for you guys if you want, because I'm just all over the place here, but it does have some like emotional parts for it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. I love this scene. And you don't need to know much about the game either, but it's just funny.
Hello again, John.
Hello, Dutch.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
Sure.
I got a plan, John.
And for this game
You
to come
always got
out,
a plan, Dutch.
This is a good one.
for this game to come out like so long ago, I feel like the graphics aren't that bad. I want to look up when this game came out.
I don't doubt it.
We can't always fight nature, John. We can't fight change. Can't fight gravity.
2010.
We can't fight nothing. My whole life, all I ever did was fight.
Then give up, Dutch.
But I can't give up, neither. I can't fight my own nature. That's a paradox, John. You see?
Then I have to shoot you.
When I'm gone, they'll just find another monster. They have to. Because they have to justify their wages.
That's their business.
It's just so
Our
dramatic.
time has passed, John.
And it being in these older graphics kind of makes it even more funny. And then he just walks away. But yeah, I love this scene. I feel like Dutch kind of speaks facts with it a little bit. But speaking of games with really, really good stories, another game that I always preach about is Alan Wake. Specifically Alan Wake 2. I think the first one had a fairly good story, but I think Alan Wake 2 had a better story. And it's another one of those games, or I guess you could say stories, that have like so many layers. And I always say when I'm describing this game, you kind of need one of those like boards up or whatever, and with a bunch of like pictures and connecting everything with like the red line and stuff like that. Because it's so good. It's so many different layers and stuff to it. But I guess they're coming out with a like collab, I guess you could say, with Phasmophobia. And a lot of people also like Phasmophobia, so I'm really curious to see like how people like this game or how this game like comes out or whatever. But here's the trailer for that. Nope.
Everywhere the investigator looked, there were signs of two worlds colliding. Glimpses into a mystery, clues that teased, out-of-place objects and signs, yet nothing that revealed it fully. This was a story told somewhere else, where the pages of the manuscript had been written, from where the writer of the story was desperately reaching for the light. And with that act, he was threatening to spill out the darkness of his prison. A writer by the name of Alan Wake.
Now, I haven't played Phasmophobia. But I would play it just to see what this is about. I don't know, the story for Alan Wake is so intriguing to me. Somebody in the comments said Alan just doing anything at this point. Yeah, because basically, like, the whole, thing with the story is that he kind of writes himself in and out of these situations and stuff like that. And I'm a huge story person, so I have a lot of appreciation towards that kind of stuff. So it's really, really good. I highly, highly, highly recommend it, especially if you guys are big story people, big narrative people, I guess I could say. I recommend it. All right. Another really big game that's kind of old, and if you guys have ever played this, definitely let me know, because I think it was bigger in like the 2010s and stuff like that. But Hello Neighbor, I don't know how you would describe it, like maybe like kind of like a puzzle-ish type game, because you have to like work your way through the house and I don't know, like figure stuff out. I haven't played the first one in so long, but I know they have a first one and then they have a second one, and now they are coming out with the third one, so I was thinking we could watch the trailer for that as well. Here we go. I almost feel like it's kind of like a horror game in a sense, but not like a true horror, more like jump scares and stuff like that. Seems like the graphics has changed a lot too since the first game. What? Wow. Yeah, he looks different. I wonder if that's even supposed to be like the same guy. But I don't really know the lore too much behind the Hello Neighbor games. But if you guys have played that, let me know. I know a few people have. Yeah, so Hello Neighbor 3 pre-alpha is available now. TinyBuild has announced that Hello Neighbor 3's pre-alpha begins on Steam today. Here's what's included. The developers released Prototype 3 for the horror title back in November 2025, and the game's development seems to have progressed well since then, with the developers entering pre-alpha in less than 6 months. The latest version features a new mission in Ravensbrück, changes to the objective system, characters, and more. So if you guys wanted to play it, it's out now. So pretty interesting. And the last couple things I wanted to talk about was just games that like I'm excited for in the coming year, or the rest of the year, I guess you could say. And if you guys have any games that you're looking forward to besides GTA 6, because that's just everybody's answer at this point. If you guys have any games that you're interested in, definitely let me know in the comments or in the chat if you're watching right now. So the first game that I'm super excited for that's coming out next month is First Light 007. Now they have been coming out with like a few trailers since I've been doing my since I last did my news broadcast, I should say. So I kind of wanted to check out their story trailer because I don't think I've seen this one. I mean, I've seen like the initial ones and stuff like that, but I'm curious to see what else they have to say for the story because again, I'm a big story person. That's why, like, one of the reasons why I like video games. So here's that.
Bond is immature and reckless.
I will say too, so if you guys don't know, and I know I can't keep pausing this, but they're the same people who made the Hitman series, and the Hitman series is like one of my favorite franchises out there. I should play it after I get off this live today, but that's why I'm so interested in this game to see if they have like any like correlations. So
He's a bad influence on the other recruits who inexplicably fall victim to his charm.
Look, I know where this is going. Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I would like you to join His Majesty's Secret Service.
You what?
I know all about your exploits in Iceland.
I strongly believe that there is a need for such heart and intuition in modern spycraft. That's the very reason I'm bringing back the Double O's.
Need I state the obvious? He is not ready.
Jigs, the service is over.
it seems like every story trailer or something like that I've seen of him is just this guy saying he's not ready, but he's ready, and then they just show a bunch of like action clips.
Rare breed, Bond. I should be interested to see what you do next.
009 will employ every manner of subterfuge to avoid capture.
Try not to draw attention to yourself.
Me? Housekeeping, I presume?
You seem the kind of guy who knows what he likes.
So you won't do anything stupid.
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Agents are very
Definitely seems like more
short-lived.
action than Hitman, I will say.
And if you do get caught, we will deny ever having heard of you. How does that sound?
When do I start?
So yeah, this game comes out almost a month from now. So I'm pretty excited to see how this game comes out. Like I said, if it's anything like Hitman, which they came out and said that it's not going to be like exactly like Hitman, but it is, a lot of it's like inspired, I guess. So I'm very curious to see how the gameplay goes and stuff like that. And if I can, maybe I'll stream it or something. We'll see. But very, very excited. I hope it's a good story along with just like action and stuff like that. So yeah, there's this game, and then also Wolverine. I am super, super excited for Wolverine. And again, like, if you guys have anything you're excited for, let me know. Maybe we can like check it out or something. But I know Wolverine recently like came out and just said like Insomniac reaffirms more Wolverine news will come in the spring. So hopefully we're gonna start getting more news from this game, because right now, let me see if I can pull it up. Right now we only have like one trailer to go off of, and some people don't like this trailer because they're like, it's two sides of people. They're like, oh, it's too violent, and then other people are like, oh, it looks boring. So it's like, okay, which one is it? But if you guys have not seen the trailer, here it is.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
He looked like he has rabies or something.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying.
I wish we could see gameplay of this so bad.
Where I go.
I mean, we see it like a little bit. But I don't count that. It reminds me of like Mortal Kombat too.
Death's always waiting. Just not for me. 'Cause I ain't no hero.
I mean, they're kind of showing us a lot, but like not really at the same time. You have to be careful with what's it called, like trailers, because sometimes they do not match the game like whatsoever. Yeah, so basically, like kind of what I was saying earlier, Insomniac Games once again shared that news about Wolverine will be shared in the spring, taking to Twitter with a quick message reminding players to wishlist the game. But it's like, okay, I could see wishlisting it or whatever, but I hope they're not asking people to like pre-order it when that's all we have is that little trailer. That you just gotta be careful with cinematic trailers because they don't tell you much, you know. So it is what it is, but they always say the random stuff. Spring began on March 20th, and the first day of the summer is set for June 21st. What does that have to do anything? But anyways, I think that's about all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to come on here and like chat and talk about some new game news and stuff like that that has been going on. I think I'll probably come on here periodically. I know I used to do them a lot, like on Mondays, but apparently that's not working anymore. So maybe I'll probably try and come on like a couple times a month or something to discuss more game news and get your guys' thoughts and stuff, and maybe we could get this thing like rolling again. But yeah, that's all I really have for you guys today, and I will see you guys next time. AK out.